can do it if you want, you can do it if you try. You can leap aboard a broomstick and blaze across the sky. Spell power, na 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 na. Spell power, na 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 na. Just forget your past mistakes. Trust yourself, that's all it takes.
What's going on here? You girls taken leave of your senses? Explain yourselves.
It's for tomorrow. For the celebrations? Cackle's Academy, 1,000 years since the first stone was laid.
I know what it's for, but you weren't released from potion class to prance around to pop songs.
But we had permission, Miss Hardware.
From whom?
From the Chair of Governors, Mr. Hallow. He said we had to make an impression in the entrance hall.
For the surprise celebrity guest.
That's her singing.
Amanda Honeydew, Spell Girls.
Spell power, why not? Make your dreams come true. Spell power, come on, I'll show you what to do. No! It isn't anything like the CD.
They've got a recording studio. We haven't even got electricity.
It's the clarinet. You're just reading the music, Sybil. Jazzy Spell improvises.
Well, I don't.
Have a go?
I can't.
Of course you can. Don't be so pathetic.
I said I can't. If you want it done like that, then find someone else.
First years.
She's easily upset. You know what she's like.
She's the only girl in the school who plays the clarinet.
She probably wants to be by herself for a while. I do myself from time to time.
From the chorus, 1, 2, 3.
The donkey and the cart, the spit, the pull, the pitch, the stall on Market Street. If only you'll stop arguing every time you meet.
Oh, not you as well, Amelia.
Is what, Constance?
As well as everyone else in this building. Stark raving spell girl starstruck.
No, not the Spell Girls. The Sparrow Sisters. They were the daughters of Sir Cecil Overblow, the 12th Baron, who defied their father by performing on stage in the music halls. I thought you and I might present one of their pieces for tomorrow's celebration. It's very tasteful, I'm sure. Constance, I have something important to tell you.
I know.
You do?
A return of Amanda Honeydew, a pupil who left in the 4th year after failing every single one of her 4th year exams, apart from chanting, and then went on to make a career out of tuneless warbling, is hardly a suitable role model for impressionable young girls.
Get lost, you fools. We were here first. You went off. To do a job for your father. We put our set up now.
Doing the storming of the castle by Major Ironheart Barebones in 1644.
We were going to do that.
Come along, girls. Why don't you join forces?
We want to do a piece of our own, miss.
Right here, where Amanda Honeydew will see it.
Mr. Hallow will be showing Miss Honeydew all around the castle. There are plenty of other places to choose from.
The dungeons! We could have someone chained up and someone being beheaded. With a big axe and a chopping block.
With lots of tomato sauce.
Like living waxworks. Bagsy Eye get beheaded.
I understand how you feel about this, Constance. But whatever Amanda's failings were as a pupil at Cackle's, the fact is she earns much more from her warblings than you or I have earned in a lifetime of teaching.
Money isn't everything, Miss Cackle.
No, but it can be useful. And Amanda Honeydew plans to do something very useful with hers for the Millennium.
Perhaps she could make a donation to the school.
She is, in a manner of speaking. All Hallows Media Enterprises has taken over the management of the Spell Girls, and Mr. Hallow has persuaded Amanda to buy the school.
What?
It's not as bad as you're thinking, Constance.
But he can't. He can't sell Cackles. He may be chairman of the Board of Governors, but he doesn't own the place. Does he?
Go away.
This is the chance of a millennium, Sybil. You can't let this one go. Amanda Honeydew's bound to say something to us. Maybe even sing along.
So what?
You'll be able to say you performed with a spell girl.
I hate performing.
I only said I'd do it because you kept nagging me.
But you're really good.
I can read the notes, that's all. Here you are.
You'll be needing it.
No, I won't. I'm pathetic, remember? You said so yourselves.
I didn't mean...
Yes, you did.
Sybil.
Leave me alone. I'm not changing my mind, so don't try and make me.
I understand. Yes, it's all decided. All sewn up. Yes. Look, I'll call you back later. I'm in a rather important meeting. Okay.
Is it? Really?
What?
All sewn up?
Oh, just a manner of speaking. I'm sorry. Where was I?
You understand our concerns?
I do understand. Look, all this has happened very fast. But at this moment in time, I assure you, it is literally the most exciting development in the history of Cackle's Academy.
Really?
As I've explained, Mr. Hallow has, over the years, as a way of supporting the school, become the major shareholder in Cackle's Academy.
You mean he owns most of it?
Yes.
And now he wants to sell it.
Not the school, Davina, simply the castle.
For an extremely large sum of money, which will be invested by Miss Cackle and me in this.
Gosh.
The new, purpose-built, All Hallows Cackle's Academy. A completely new school for a new millennium, with windows, central heating, electricity, a large and comfortable staff room, a comprehensive library with over 1,000 new spell books, a swimming pool, an up-to-the-minute gymnasium and sports hall,
It's wonderful.
a chanting and music department with every facility. Now, I know that Miss Hardbroom is a staunch traditionalist when it comes to potion teaching. So here is a traditional potion laboratory, just exactly like the one we have now, but bigger, with even better facilities. And that is literally what this whole new millennium is all about, actually.
Is it? Actually?
This is a fully consultative meeting.
And when you've consulted us, you'll go ahead anyway. Is that right?
I think it's important for all of us to take a positive and proactive approach to this problem, Miss Hardbroom. Not a negative one. We're not talking future fear here. We're talking planned programming with everyone pulling together.
I'll take that for a yes, Mr. Hallow. In which case, I have this to say to you, Miss Cackle. I resign.
She's leaving. Miss Hardbroom might be leaving.
It's true. The fifth years were supposed to have potions with her, but Miss Hardbroom never turned up. Then Philippa Henbane told them she'd seen Cackle chasing her down the corridor, begging her to reconsider her decision and stay on at the school.
Absolutely amazing.
And then HB vanished in a puff of smoke.
Totally extreme.
And that's the last anyone's seen of her.
No more HB next year, Millie. And that's the real reason for coming back after the summer.
Girls, clear your plates away and stop all this silly gossip at once.
Is it true, though, miss, about Miss Hardbroom leaving?
If there is something you need to be told, you will be told by the headmistress at the proper time. Now, get to work on those living waxworks you were so keen about,
She'll be back, you see.
Yes, she'll come round.
We'll do it in the corner by the table, as Amanda Honeydew walks through. You'll be the executioner here. What do you think? Scary. I'll be the tragic queen and make my famous last speech before you cut my head off. But how? Made it myself. I don't remember anyone actually being beheaded down here. Happened all over the place in the old days. There was always some ghost hanging around a dungeon with a head in their hands. Miss Hardbroom!
Mildred Hubble. How appropriate. You seem to have forgotten your axe.
Sorry to disturb you, Miss Hardbroom. We'll come back later. One minute. Are you all right, Miss Hardbroom?
No, Mildred Hubble. I am not all right. And from the moment I put my name to this letter, you need no longer address me as Miss Hardbroom ever again, which I imagine you will take as quite a blessing.
No, Not exactly, Miss Harborough. I told you. Don't be angry, Sybil. I said no. Just give it a toot. For me, for fun. Just one toot without the music. That sounds jolly. I don't feel very jolly. All right, play how you feel then.
We've never talked together like this, have we, Mildred?
No, Miss Harborough.
I always thought you hated me. You do hate me.
I hate it when you jump out on us from nowhere. It's like you're there all the time, listening to us. Are you?
It's a professional secret. What else do you hate?
When you shout at us.
I do not shout.
Well, it sounds like it to us. And when you pick on me.
Oh, yes, well, it's just that...
I know I must irritate you.
It's the way you wander around in a dream, Mildred. And always get away with everything. Always coming up smelling of roses, always saving the school from wicked witches, or rescuing some wizard from being a frog, and never doing up your bootlaces. Oh, forget it, Mildred, forget it. It doesn't matter anymore.
Why are you leaving, Miss Harborough?
Because I only know one tune, Mildred Hubble. And I can't dance to any other.
She wants to buy it.
What for?
Millions, I think. To live in.
What?
All famous film stars and pop stars like to have amazing homes. Stately houses, farms, ranches, old castles. That's why HB's leaving. She doesn't want to live in the new glitzy school your dad's going to build to replace this one with.
I expect we'll manage without her.
We'll have windows with glass in.
Yes, but it won't have belfries and bats and spooky stories and a history that goes back 1,000 years. It won't have all the memories of the adventures we've had here.
It'll be a great school, but it won't be a proper witch school. It'll probably have great teachers, but it won't have a really scary, powerful witch like HB.
You think my father's got it all wrong, don't you?
Yes.
And now you're going to come up with some mad scheme to stop him from selling the castle. And you'll expect us all to go along with it. Drusilla and me as well. And after all the trouble you've given us over the last 2 years.
You must be crazy.
Sit down, Drusilla. What's the plan?
She's coming. Hi, everyone. Hi there, girls. No need to look so bashful. On your best behaviour, hey? I know what it's like. Gosh, this place looks so tiny. I remember it was huge.
It's quite small, actually. Minuscule. Falling apart, most of it. There's only parts worth living in. You have to really squash up.
I remember now.
Now then, girls, we're here to celebrate the castle's anniversary, not exaggerate its shortcomings. You remember Miss Cackle?
Good morning, Amanda.
Oh, gosh. You look so tiny as well. I remember you as being... Well, I guess I was tiny then, wasn't I? What's all this stuff?
It's the history of the castle. It was first started off by a Saxon warlord.
And then knocked down by a Norman conqueror.
And then rebuilt by the evil Baron Overblow.
And then burnt by some revolting serfs.
I don't remember any of this.
Oh, yes. Been up and down all the time. That's why it's so shaky.
Gracious! All right. That's quite enough, girls. If we proceed to the inner courtyard, we can watch an enactment of one of the more dramatic scenes from the castle's history.
This way.
I am Charles de Overbleu, defending the castle for the king.
Against me, Ironheart Barebones. I besieged it for 80 days. Cut off their food and drink.
We starved, we thirsted.
We stopped up their drains.
The stench was unbearable.
The smell in here.
They've never been unblocked since, that's why. In summer we have to go around with face masks on, but it still makes us feel ill. In an attempt to fight back, Overbleu ordered his men to throw sewage over the battlements.
Sorry. It's not real sewage. The smell will wear off in a couple of days.
I am so sorry. We'll arrange a wash and clean up for you, of course.
No, I'm fine. That's just my perfume. What's next?
Perhaps a sneak preview, something I'm sure you'll enjoy.
So you want to buy our castle, but we really don't know why. It's so cold and old and crumbly, and it smells just like a sty, but it's ours. And we like it just like that. It's ours. With its beetles, ghosts and bats, it's full of magic on the loose. It really isn't any use. Why don't you put your money in a bank account, Miss Honey? It's ours.
I'm sure those are not the words. Girls, what are you playing
I'm
at?
terribly sorry, Amanda.
I shall see the culprits are punished.
No, it's very good. Oh, it's so great to see you again, Miss Bat. You're the only one who understood me.
Oh, did I?
I thought HB got to. Avoiding me, is she?
No, temporarily indisposed, I'm afraid. I believe the second years have got something going in the dungeons, a sort of ghost walk.
A perambulatory historical tableau.
Oh, wow, I mustn't miss that, must I? Well, if it's going to be anything like the rest of the entertainment.
In that case, Amanda Honeydew, you must come with me.
I really think perhaps you should give this one a miss, Amanda.
Perhaps you'd like to come to my office for tea and scones.
What? And have these girls think I was chicken?
Only one at a time may enter.
How surprising. What's next?
Be seated. Witness now the sad and melancholy death of Marguerite, Duchess of Overbleu, who, by treachery and false witness, was convicted of high treason and executed here on this very spot 500 years ago.
These are my last words. The lies that led to my execution were told by one, William Honeydew, to steal my property and fortune. But hear ye all, if he, or any of his family, or any bearing that vile name, should try to gain possession of this, my family home, my curse be upon them.
My name. Well, what a coincidence.
Be silent now and pray for her soul. It's a real ghost. It's after you. Run!
You girls take me for an idiot. I know what you're up to. I know all about levitation magic. I did do some classes, you know. And you haven't put me off. You have given me a brilliant idea. I'm not going to live here. I'm going to open it to the public. Ghost rides, do-it-yourself potion making, and a chance to stay overnight in the dormitories, complete with bats.
They'll come from all over to taste the horrible food and experience the dark, smelly dungeons.
I'll call it Witch World. Give up, will you? Polaxus descendus vitae animus.
Oh no! I didn't mean to. You cast the wrong spell. It's coming right at us. Oh no! Look! It's trying to get us. Let's get out of here. Hurry! Quickly.
Do something!
What you need, Amanda Honeydew, is some real spell power. Well, Amanda, you don't fit under that table as well as you used to, but it's not the first time you've been there, is it?
No, Miss Hardbroom.
No. And as you can see, the quality of our students hasn't vastly improved.
We were just...
I know what you were just. Why don't we all have some tea and biscuits? And talk about old times.
Things seem so different than they did when I was a pupil here. Apart from one thing. HB. Oh, I think she must know you call her that by now. She's just as tall, just as straight, but I'd forgotten just how granite-like she is. Maybe you need some rock hardness in your life, even if it does bruise your shins sometimes. But I want to tell Mildred Hubble and her friends that they've not beaten me to my knees. I have bought this castle, and it's mine to do with what I like. Isn't that right, Mr. Hallow?
Absolutely.
Well, I decided to give it right back to Miss Cackle.
What?
With no strings and some extra cash for repairs to run how she wishes. With no interference from you, me, or anybody.
Thank you, Amanda. That was magic. I should also mention that there have been some rumours flying around concerning Miss Hardbroom's future. But I feel that these are, maybe, perhaps,
Entirely false, headmistress.
millennia may come and go, girls may learn and grow. Excellence may be forged from even the most unlikely material, the very worst of witches.
But standards must be maintained. I wish you all a very pleasant holiday.